gratitude for online communities and how online communities can help. You and I grew up in online forums. We had our old forums, we had the Good Looking Loser forums, and it was such a helpful place for me, man. Like, I feel like at that point in my life, I really needed some sense of community. I was very alone. I didn't have a lot of friends in person. I think I had like one or two friends. And just having that group of people that were all working on the same goal as me, like going out to meet women and have sex and all of that stuff, made me feel so much less alone. I know you benefited from the Good Looking Loser forums too. But were you on there earlier than me or after me? Earlier.
Yeah. To clarify, grew up, like, I think I found them at 21. It wasn't like I found them at like 14. That would be weird. I found this like guys like sex and getting laid for him at the age of 14. Yeah, that'd be a bit dangerous. But no, I found it at the appropriate age. And yeah, I was like in and out. One of those things where you're just looking for answers online for troubles you're having. And I think it was pre like the current age of the internet, which I think isn't. I think it was a little bit more positive back then. Like generally, the spaces you would find weren't as like dark and yeah.
The internet became fucking grumpy, bro. Over the years, everyone turned into a raging fucking dickhead on the internet these days.
I think in every area, a bunch of people just got into a what do you call it? An area where everyone just feedback loops, where everyone just says the same thing over and over again until it becomes an ideology. And in the early days, I feel like a lot of the internet forums and communities were like way more varied in terms of like who showed up and who was there, and like usually underneath. Like it was back when blogs were a huge thing. So like the forums would pop up underneath someone's blog. In this case, it was Good Looking Loser. So and because he was such a chill dude with such like normal advice, like the people who like came underneath him in terms of like built the forum were like very like, cool, normal dudes who were also into like penis enlargement and steroids and stuff. But still, for the most part, socially normal. I think socially normal is the way I would describe a lot of the guys who showed up. Whereas now you've got like, people in Discord groups who never go outside. So I think our era was a little bit more in touch with the universe and what was actually going on outside their flats and apartments. But not to throw shade. I'm trying to throw shade. I think we're trying to talk about how finding a great community and like what it did for us and what it can potentially do for like anyone who's watching this. Like I think emphasis on finding the right kind of supportive community for you, a good community of place where you can meet, friends. And we were saying before, like online friends do count, like a lot, probably more so in this age than ever before. Like, people aren't afraid to meet people online meet people in person off of online anymore. And so like friendships and relationships you build online are very real, they can become even more real. Like I've gone all over the world meeting people that I met online. It's like completely normalized nowadays.
Yeah, and especially if you, like a lot of people listening, a lot of you guys have goals of meeting women. Like you want to go out and learn to approach. You want to do all of that stuff. You want to work on your sex life and all of that. I won't say there aren't a lot of people like that in person that you can meet. There are, but they usually don't walk around with a giant sign saying, "Hi, I'm hitting on women and I am into self-improvement and I'm going to be a good friend." Whereas if you go online, there's like literal communities for that. There's obviously our community. There's our paid community. There's just our, YouTube audience and people like that. It's a lot easier to just Google talking to women groups, pickup groups, self-improvement groups, male self-improvement groups. Like you can literally find all those people. And then from there, it's almost easier to find the people that might live in your town or your city or your area. Or even if you don't, at least you can talk to them online. Like, I agree with you. People online count as much as in person. And most of my mentors and shit are online. I have 3 like friends / mentors that really help in person, like help me with my business, help me go out and talk to girls and all of that. But then everybody else that I have that helps me is online. Like the vast majority of my life, at least when it comes to self-improvement, is online. And I think we would probably say that for a lot of our coaching clients too. Not to say they don't have friends in person, but like the people helping them work on their mission, that's online.
Yeah, you can like zone in and really find the people who are most helpful for you through the internet, because like you have less options in your immediate vicinity in your social network than you do on the internet. It's just the way it is. Like you can really dial down what you're looking for and find those people. if you search hard enough. And I think, I think there's several values, obviously, to community that you and I found. The big one for us is always accountability. Like when you post in whatever the community is using. So it was a forum in the old days, not really as much anymore, but like Discord, Telegram, WhatsApp. I don't know what everyone's using. Actually, there might be some other things. We use Circle. It's a good little style. There's like, Kajabi, Teachable, all these platforms. They all kind of look the same. And you have like a log or you have a main chat. And if you go in there and you type, I am going to do this, hold me accountable, you have in these groups, people that will keep you accountable. And I've found, to be honest, trying to do that with people I know who are my friends doesn't always work because not everyone is like driven towards that kind of stuff. Yeah. Whereas the guys in these groups and these communities, especially like ours, especially the Discords that we have for our like alumni group, etc., and in the main coaching, if you type I'm going to do this, like most of the people who are active online will jump in and be like, okay, we got you, we're here, and they'll ping you later like, did you do this? And like everyone's doing the same thing. Everyone is showing the same like give and take with the accountability. And so that's really important in my opinion. Like the accountability that you can have, that's what you need. That's why guys used to be desperate and go join the military, because it gave them like that sort of like, it gave them like that sort of impetus and accountability and like people around them. And you don't need to go and fucking like join the military and shoot innocent people abroad for like, to be able to get that accountability and like brothers in your life. You don't need to go and do that. That should be a last ditch option.
Yeah, I think the accountability is the main reason why we've always, like you and I have always used online forums, online groups, online communities, why we've set our own up, because so many people are going out there. So many of you beautiful motherfuckers are going out there and trying to just like hit on girls completely by themselves. Like no friends, no online group, no online accountability, no coaching. They don't tell any of their real life friends that they're doing it. They're just like, all right, I'm going out on the front lines to do the thing that scares me the most and is literally the most terrifying thing ever. It doesn't have to be that, but it feels like that. And I'm going to do this shit by myself. And if I don't go out and talk to women today, nobody will give a shit because I have no accountability. And so like no one will care. No one will hold me to it. No one will say, hey, why didn't you talk to girls today? And if I do go and talk to girls today, no one's going to pat me on the back because I have no accountability. And so that to me is just like not even hard mode or nightmare mode. Like that to me is basically impossible. Like let's just say 99% of you trying to do it by yourself will quit. Like you just will. Like if you're literally doing all of it completely by yourself and you don't have any accountability or anyone celebrating your wins, you will quit. I'm just going to say that right now, you'll quit. Because it gets really painful and really hard. And you have those days where you just don't feel like going out. And that's when you have, or if you have an online community, that's when you have the benefit of them saying like, come on, man, you got this. We believe in you. Or what's wrong? What's going on in your life? Let's address that. It's so easy to just self-medicate when you're by yourself or run away or hide or not do anything. But if you're in some sort of online group, people will jump in.
Yeah, no, and I guess the advantage you have is knowing someone in person is they can give you help in person. But like, as you know, you've had guys before who'll jump on call with you when you're out, like actually out there. We've got guys who will jump in on Discord call and like guys who are just like, oh yeah, can someone jump on and help me right now? People have done that. Like there is just as much, if not more, cheerleading that's possible, if not more direct support that's possible through the online groups and online communities that we've been lucky to be a part of. Like I've posted on forums before and had like I need some help, guys. I need some support, and had like a response within like seconds, basically on a fucking forum that isn't like a live chat ledger coming down. You know what I mean? People are always around who want to see you win. That's the point. We're trying to push you into communities where, and this is why I say pick well. Like if you pick the best communities, there'll be like I don't know, 20 to 100 dudes in there, and every single one of them wants to see you win. Like they want to see you do the best,
which is something that most guys listening have never even contemplated. Like that's just so out of their any experience.
Yeah, they think they think all the men are the competition. They frame like other men as competition is like a big one. Like, oh yeah, I can't trust dudes because they're the competition. It's like I've never looked at guys. I don't look at guys anymore like competition because way more men have been like side to side, shoulder to shoulder with me, like having my back in terms of like supporting me and keeping me accountable and like, giving me advice, all that stuff. They never ever like tried to fuck me over or like, actively competed for like with girls, relationships, whatever. Like even in business, like everyone's been like, I've been mostly
Yeah.
lucky enough to be like with people who are collaborative, you know, and not trying to compete with each other. And the competition, if you do have competition, it's like friendly. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, it's competition where we both want to push each other up.
Yeah.
And like whoever wins then has to reach down to the other person and pull them up and be like,
Yeah,
hurry
it's not
up,
crab
like I
bucket
beat
mentality.
you. Yeah. It's like a race to the top rather than a race to the bottom. Do you remember in like pickup artist circles, like back in the 2000s and shit? And people still use this term now. They had the term AMOG. Do you know what that is?
Yeah, that was in the game or something, wasn't it?
Yeah. So they used to be so fucking paranoid of like, and we still get questions about this like once every 6 months, maybe once a year.
It's because guys go to clubs. Yeah, it's like club situations where like so there is like specific situations where you're going to run into people being assholes.
First? Explain.
I believe it's the alpha male thing of the group. I think is what it meant. And it was like when you approach a group and like you try and chat to some girls, there's going to be like one guy there who like basically acts like he owns, like he's going to like try and make you look stupid and bad because he either wants to get with the girls you're trying it on, or he like thinks that he owns them or whatever. And so like amogging is like when you like it was like some weird shit they did to you know, disarm this dude who was trying to like cock block them in the clubs. It, honestly, like trying to like watching the whole of the game and like the RSD guys was watching super autistic dudes trying to make sense of clubs. And like, it's really funny to me as someone who like just went to clubs like a normal fucking person and just went to raves and chatted to girls like a normal fucking person all my life, that like how like weird and autistic they were with like how they viewed everything. It's like, just fucking be someone who's like socially normal and go to those situations, and you do a lot better than doing that. It doesn't matter. I'm trying to like pull shit up with these people, but like, yeah, basically like, Look at like someone like Scotty or something. Like, he has a lot of nighttime stuff, and he's just being fucking like, he's ballsy, and he goes in and he chats and stuff, but he's like normal and he's doing a lot of volume, and that's all you need to do. And like the other thing about nighttime is you have to let a lot of stuff roll off your back and like just ignore people being dicks, and just there's a lot of like tolerance
people are drunk
for the chaos. You have to have tolerance for chaos, basically. Yes. And like no expectation, and almost like no expectations, and rolling with the punches. There's a lot of stuff. Anyway, this video is not about fucking Night Game. Fuck me. This is about communities. But yeah, like within communities and like people looking at, there's no competition. It's all friendly. It's all very warm. It's very supportive. That's the point. That's what you want. If you went out with someone on these communities and they started doing shit that like undermining you or whatever, or like that would be a sign to like, you know, they're not really a good friend, or like that was probably a bad community that you picked or whatever. I promise you that wouldn't happen, and has never happened among any of the guys that we know who have met up in real life. Everyone's come back like glowing reports about like how supportive everyone was of each other. Yeah. Like, you know, everything. Like, I've never heard of any bad situations from guys. Like even on GLO, I didn't really know everybody. I never heard anyone like meet up and have like super bad experiences meeting guys up. So yeah, typically. Yeah. It's good.
Yeah, and I think that's the main benefit of these communities, like you said, is like the friendly competition and like pushing each other, wanting everyone else to succeed. I really think you're just playing on impossible mode if you try and do all this shit by yourself. Like, you just are. What do you think is easier, guys? Going out and doing something really hard, whether that's building a business and like talking to girls, whatever, doing that by yourself and having literally no accountability, no fucking cheerleaders, no one celebrating you when you win, or doing it with like 20, 50, I don't know, 100 people, depending on the community, in your corner. Like, who do you think succeeds quicker and more? The person with the team around them. But so many people, I feel like there's almost an ego in it, where it's like, no, I don't want to be a burden. I'm going to do this by myself. I don't need help and all of that. And it's like, motherfucker, it's not about needing help. It's like, do you want this thing or not? You're basically guaranteeing you won't get it if you try and do it by yourself. If we're going to talk about a big goal.
These are also places where you can...
I was going to say, is there anyone on the planet who achieves a giant fucking big goal by themselves? Like, think about like every athlete, every celebrity, every sports star, every millionaire, every billionaire. Like, who the fuck does everything by themselves? Like, I don't know any like self-made millionaire who's like actually entirely self-made. Like, that doesn't exist. They had a bunch of people that supported them, helped them, taught them, mentored them, coached them. Were just their friends.
You can't get to the top of any sport now without any coaching. It's impossible. It was actually possible, and there was a day before it professionalized where it was possible. And in this current era, no, you're gonna have nutritionists, you're gonna have coaches, you're gonna have like, no one gets to the top of anywhere without coaching anymore. Like everything is so optimized and competitive in everything. Anyway, I think this is getting away from like the main topic, but that's yeah, like I just think it's like going to push yourself forward so much more quickly.
Yeah.
The other thing I like is, so you have mentors like Andy. Obviously, people follow you and they're like, they want like a mentor. But something that's really good is someone who is like a little bit further ahead of you, not like the guru, but like someone who is like, you know, like almost like an older brother kind of thing, where you can like, you come into a community and there are people who are like maybe 5 steps ahead of you in terms of like where they've done the improvements they've made. People who are more similar to you as well. So like probably like Asian dudes look at Andy and think, you know, pale ginger bloke in Australia can't tell me shit. Come into the group. There's Indian dudes, there's brown dudes, there's black dudes, there's every fucking race. We've got coaches who are not white. Like honestly, we've got fucking everything. Yeah. So like if you come into the communities, it's a much more mixed situation. People, you might be able to find someone who is more close to your struggles than we are, so you can learn from them. There are other teachers within the group who aren't necessarily like, no, they're not coaches, but they will teach you a lot. Like you'll learn a lot from being within the community where there is a broader spectrum of people aiming for the same goals as you. And like I said, you can find mentors who are not like, you know, expert level, but they do have stuff to tell you, who are a little bit further ahead and maybe have dealt with their shit a bit better than you have. And you can just see, because they're closer to it, you can actually see their journey. Like I think we've had loads of guys improve from watching other guys improve. So that they were like, maybe they were like the same stage as someone else, but then someone else they saw just rocketed ahead. Like they were like cold approaching, they were doing like 5 a day, they got laid like maybe 3 times in a month. And you got this guy who's like never done it before. Just like, holy shit, this guy was like me like a week ago. And now he's like miles ahead. Like, I'm just going to do what he did and catch up. And like that happens all the time. Like learning moments from just seeing other guys succeed. And that's what the beauty of communities and like seeing and like logging, especially having like logs, having like people daily posting. That's a beautiful thing you can have within these communities.
That's the inspiring shit. Yeah, dude. I think right now in our coaching groups, like we have several coaching groups. We have the big, you know, VIP hardcore coaching group, and then we have the Abundance Collective, which is the more accessible one. I think like the biggest inspirer or inspiration that we have in any of the groups is Victor, and he's come on the channel several times. I've done several interviews with him. He's done several rounds of coaching. He right now inspires so many people to go out there and be more honest and be more just like sexual in their approaches and all of that. Literally, one of the other guys in the group right now said to him, I'm reading out a direct quote, 100%, dude, your approaching stories are awesome and they have been inspiring me. And this guy is now getting to a point where he's like, holy shit, I think I'm going to go out and approach because I'm seeing this other guy, Victor, go out there and approach. So you're right. Like online communities aren't just about accountability and support and all of that. It's like just seeing a whole bunch of other people win makes you up your game too. And you also see what's possible. And a lot of you have so many limiting beliefs and doubts about your height, your race, your age, your fucking skin color, like your depression, whatever it might be, like a million different limiting beliefs. If you see some other person who looks very similar to you or has similar life circumstances to you, crushing it, he's absolutely killing it, it makes you go, oh shit, maybe I can do this too. Like I don't have to just sit there and keep making excuses because this guy isn't. That's why I try and highlight a lot of that on the YouTube channel. That's why my favorite go-to people are like the Indians that we've had or the Asians that we've had, because they tend to be the ones that people get the most limiting beliefs around. But yeah, man, that's the benefit of online communities.
Agreed. Everyone fucking come join the Abundance Collective now. Link below.
Yes. I will actually, so being serious, yes, I'm on a mission to bring in, I want another 20 people in there. We're trying to build something fucking great. I'm going to leave a link down below, 75% off the first month. So you can jump in, it'll be $50 for the first month. You can check it out, make sure it changes your life and all that shit. And then it will be $200 a month after that. There's no contract, no lock-in shit. So come try it for a month. See if it works for you. And you'll see the fucking benefit of having people that give a shit about you.
Absolutely. Peace.